Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to do a what I eat in a day video, and I have work today, so I'm going to show you what I usually pack for lunch. It's kind of similar every day, but I'm doing tofu today as well, so it'll be a little different. And I leave for work in a few hours. So I've already been sipping on tea. Here it is in my cat mug that my friend got me for Christmas. And I love these little daily messages that I get every day. And it doesn't have caffeine, but I do have one green tea bag as well in here. So I do 2 tea bags. One is not caffeinated and has like all the herbs and stuff, and the other one just gives me the caffeine that I want because I have not been doing coffee. I gave up coffee and it's been good so far, and green tea is a really good replacement. It doesn't give me the headaches that come with coffee. I don't crash with green tea, and it just gives me natural energy versus the unnatural caffeine high that I got from coffee, where I knew my body was just fighting for it to get out. So cheers to green tea. I also put a little bit of almond milk in there, like a splash, because I like my teas creamy. And I'm about to make breakfast, and I'll show you what I'm making. So I just have the usual smoothie. I've been loving smoothies lately because they're very portable, so if I don't finish it, I can just put it in my to-go cup and take it to work with me and sip on it slowly. So I'm probably going to use half of this pineapple, 2 bananas, and I know they're not ripe, but we just ran out of our last case, as you can see. And this is our new case, and it's just, we didn't buy it soon enough. Boo. And I'm gonna put almond milk, 2 bananas, and probably a cup of mango chunks. So I ended up making like 1.5 liters, which is perfect because I'm gonna drink some here, and I'm also going to take some with me in my to-go cup to sip on while I'm working. It's almost like a snack as well, and it just keeps giving me that energy that I need for work. So this is what I'll be drinking here. And this one is for work. Oh, and when I'm editing this video, I plan on counting. I measured everything for my smoothie, and I measured everything for my lunch, and I will be counting calories for those of you who are interested in knowing how many calories I intake on a daily basis. It's been different lately, so I have a goal for myself to make my body more fit and more lean, and also build muscle. So I've been intaking a bit more protein. Usually I'll put like protein powder in my smoothies, and or like hemp seeds or stuff like that. I just didn't want it today. I didn't feel like it. Plus my lunch is very high in protein. It has quinoa and tofu, and I'll be taking sprouts with it as well, so it's very, very full of protein. So I don't want to overdo it, because that will lead to weight gain, and we don't want that. I'm also going to be doing a body update because I feel like that will motivate me to continue on with my journey and reach the goals that I actually want. And by sharing my current state with you guys, I feel like it will encourage me to do better and motivate myself more. Let me show you real quick what I'm talking about. So this is currently where I am right now. So I'm excited to build some vegan muscle and put it out there in the universe, because people seem to think that because you eat a vegan diet or a high carbohydrate diet, that carbs don't fuel you and they only make you fat and they don't give you muscle and this and that. There's so many girls on my news feed at the moment who are doing a low carb diet and a high protein, high fat diet. Like, what makes you think taking away the bread and replacing it with cheese is going to make you fit? And the thing about those diets is that you will lose weight fast, but you won't maintain it. And that's the thing about dieting that's so bad. They want you to always be yo-yoing your body, and in the long term that can really damage your metabolism and cause you to keep gaining weight. So that's why girls are always going on these crazy diets and crazy extreme like restrictions, and they lose the weight really quickly, and then they end up putting it back on, if not even more than they started with. So it's really good to make this a lifestyle, and that's why veganism can really help you get fit and reach the goals that you want. It may take longer than a low carbohydrate diet, but I bet you that you'll maintain it and keep it off for the rest of your life, because it is a lifestyle. I just like realized now that I'm trying to count all these calories for you guys to help you understand how many calories I intake and how the majority of them are carbohydrates. They're all carbohydrates essentially, but some of them are higher in proteins than others. And I don't miss measuring and counting everything that I put into my body. Just measuring out like those 2 cups of frozen mango that I put in my smoothie and 2 cups of pineapple, making sure that it's leveled out so that I get the calories to a T and all that bullshit. I don't miss it, and I feel bad for these people that constantly have to take out a measuring cup and measure half a cup of oats, 2 tablespoons of syrup. Like, why not do yourself a favor and let go of what's making you gain all this weight? It's funny how some people tell me like, oh, veganism is so restrictive and you must not eat anything. And it's funny how the longer I am vegan, the longer I realize that veganism is not restrictive at all. If anything, the diet that I was on before being vegan, which is a carnivore and eating basically all the meats and cheeses that I had, was way more restrictive, because I always worried about how much I was putting into my mouth, because I always worried about how much weight I was going to gain from certain foods. But now that I'm vegan, I can basically eat as long as it's whole foods and whole plants, and they are basically like not deep fried and stuff like that. I don't have a limit, and I don't have to restrict myself. So I can eat as much calories as I want, as much carbohydrates as I want. I feel satisfied and I feel nourished, and that's really important. You wake up in the morning and you're still fueled from the food that you ate the night before. And that's how your body should be. That's how you should live your life. Well, not should, but I recommend it. I really highly recommend it. So I'm going to be sipping on this while getting ready for work, and I'll show you in a bit what I made for lunch that I'm taking with me, because it's not quite done yet. So I'll show you in a bit. Alright, so this is my lunch that I'm taking with me. Let me walk you through it. I have about 2 cups of cooked quinoa, and this is tricolored quinoa. Has a bit more nutrients too, and this is really, really high in protein, and it just so happens to be a carb. So I have a little bit of cilantro on top of it because I like the flavor that it gives the quinoa, and the quinoa is still like a bit warm too, so it really like gives it that aroma too. I can smell it right now. And over here I have some barbecue tofu. Now this is oil free and they're really crispy too. And I have more cilantro next to it because I just love cilantro. And then these are broccoli sprouts. So again, really high in protein and just super, super good for you. And I have quite a bit in here. And then this is also a protein, and we have another protein. Okay. This is cashew crema, and I have made a recipe video on this before. If you want to check it out, I'll leave the link down in the description below. And this is like a 1/4 cup of cashew crema, and it's just so good. So what I'll do is put this in a bowl, and then I'll put all the stuff over it. And I like to thin this out with a little water when I get to work. And I'll just pour it all over it and make it all magnificent. So one thing I absolutely suck at, is drinking water. And I know a lot of people can relate to this. So the past month, I have probably been more hydrated than I've ever been my entire life. And it's all thanks to tea. So, or flavoring my water, or whatever it is that I have to do. Because something about plain water, I even like warm it up sometimes when I'm working, and drink it warm or hot, because I don't know why. So I know the capacity of this one mug is a 1/2 liter. So I know that it takes 2 cups to fill this up. Plus, tea bags can be reused. So what's the point of filling it one time when you can fill it 2 times? So I fill it twice, and that gives me my liter to start with. I also drink a lot of liquids and eat a lot of fruit, which have a lot of water content. So I stay hydrated that way too. And I take a tea bag with me to work, and then I fill up that tea bag and reuse it probably like 5 times until the water is clear. And it's fine with me. It just gives me the sensation of drinking a beverage. And really, I'm just tricking my mind into drinking more water. So that's just a tip that's worked for me. Maybe it can work for you too. So yeah, just thought I'd share that. Also, I forgot to tell you guys my weight and my height, because I gave a body update, but I didn't really mention how big I am. I am 5 foot 5 inches, so 5'5", and I weigh 135 pounds. When I went vegan, I was 155 pounds, and I was 5'5". Like, you don't grow when you're vegan. I didn't really exercise. One thing I did in the summer a lot though was ride my bike around, but even when the summer was over, I still was 150 pounds, so I really just lost 5 pounds in the summer. And all of the whole 20 pounds was due to the change in my diet. So I haven't been exercising this whole year that I've been vegan, and I've basically just been eating really clean and slowly transitioning to a whole plant diet, which consists of very little oil, if any, and high carbohydrates, also protein and fats. I eat it all. If it's a plant, I'll eat it if it's edible. But I've been staying away from the processed foods. I have not touched white rice, and I don't even know how long now. So brown rice, just small changes like that, having oats, quinoa, rice, potatoes, and all these starches as a staple. Having lots of fruit for breakfast, like smoothies. I think I have these every day. If I don't, then I'll make oatmeal and I'll top it with fruit and have fruit in it too. These small changes that I've made in my diet have impacted my body in a very large way. So I'm curious to see what eating clean and working out will result in. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped, and I'm glad to be taking you guys on this journey with me. I just got home from work, and I am about to get started on dinner. Surprisingly, I am not starving, even though I had an 8-hour workday. I'm going to make mashed potatoes with gravy, and I'm also gonna make collard greens, vegan collard greens, obviously. Look at this beauty. Literally the best green color ever. This is the biggest bowl I own, which is sad, because I need a bigger bowl. So I decided to show you guys how I prepare my mashed potatoes. So the first thing I'm gonna add is a bunch of salt. And I'm using pink Himalayan salt. And to make it extra creamy, I'm going to use this almond milk. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm measuring. I'll start with 1 cup. And I'm also gonna be putting in around 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. And this will just give it that extra cheesy flavor that all of us vegans love. And I'm gonna add some pepper, of course. Salt and pepper with potatoes are a must. I have some leftover cashew crema, and I'm just gonna dump that whole thing in there. It's like 1/3 cup of cashew crema that's going in there. And I'm just gonna mix everything now. I might have to add some more liquid. So this little bowl has the exact amount of 1 cup, so I'll be measuring with this. All right, I'm gonna start out with 3 cups of potato. I love gravy. Sometimes I put like the ratio of gravy to potato. It's almost like I'm garnishing my gravy with potato. So I'll have a cup of gravy, basically. So this is the first plate of my dinner. And then I like to put my collard greens in a bowl because they have some liquid. I have 2.5 cups of collard greens, which turned out to be like half of the whole pot. So this is dinner. This is a big feast, and I might even have seconds. A lot of the times I do. And if I do, then I'll definitely show you. I'm also going to end the night with a cup of tea. Most of the time I do. So if I eat anything else, I will show you guys, but I think that's going to conclude my what I eat in a day video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. As you can see, I eat an abundant amount of calories. I don't restrict myself. I don't limit myself to anything other than keeping it vegan and for the most part oil-free. This is not what I eat every single day, but I just wanted to show you guys that even though on a work day, I try to make time to cook for myself and prepare for ahead. And if you haven't subscribed to my video, hit the little red button down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon.